All right, guys, let's look at punctuation. Most of the punctuation questions really come down to whether or not you know how to use commas and where to put them, and when to use them and when not to use them, and semicolon as well, right? And kind of like the differences. So we got five different little sentences here to go through. So let's go ahead and look at the first one. It starts off with a quote. It gets so hot down here in the summer, comma, I can't wait for the fall. Which of the following is the best correction? And then there would be four answer choices. This is a comma splice. Let's get the marker rolling here. So this comma right here, you can like the correction here would be like you could make it two complete sentences, right? It gets so hot down here in the summer, period. I can't wait for the fall, period. That would be fine. You could add a semicolon if you wanted to, right? And that would work just fine. Or you could add what's called a coordinating conjunction, right? Coordinating conjunction, like an example, that would be the word and. It gets so hot down here in the summer, and I can't wait for the fall with no comma or semicolon. That would be fine as well. So those are the corrections there. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so it says Kristen said, comma, quote, this is the best holiday party I have ever been to. Right? And if you're listening to this, watching this, really like the value would be to pause it, see what you would do, then listen to me. Right? That's really the best way to learn. As opposed to if you just listen to me, it's less likely to stick in your brain. And that's really true for all our videos. Um, anyways, you need to capitalize the first letter of a direct quote if it's a complete sentence, right? And so the T in the word this should be capitalized here, right? Now, if it's not a complete sentence, right? If it's just a partial sentence or some kind of a fragment, is then you don't capitalize. But in this case, the T in the word this should be capitalized as long as it's a direct quote. Okay, here's another one, again with quotations. So that's another big one. You got commas and quotations show up quite a bit too. Okay, I graduated with distinction in quotes, and then this comma after the quote, said Joseph, and the comma should be right after distinction and within the quotes, right? So comma in this case should be within the quotation, and that's the error there. All right, we got two more of these, and it says Jessica missed 7 questions on her test, semicolon. 5 of them were geometry questions. Okay, so what do you guys think of this? Should the semicolon be there, or should it be a comma, or maybe a period? So the concept of a semicolon is that it joins related independent clauses. And in this case, you do have related independent clauses, and so the semicolon would be fine. The comma would be incorrect if it was there. That would be taking us back to a comma splice, similar to like the first one. And again, the period breaking into 2 sentences would also be fine. And the last one. All right, Karen said that's about par for the course. So you can see in this case, they capitalized that first letter in the sentence because it's a complete sentence. Looks good, but you do need to use a comma to transition from attribution to quote. So what that means is that there should be a comma right there, right? And then it would be correct, right? But because there's no comma for the transition into a quote, that's an issue, and that makes it incorrect. All right, so that's some of the most common stuff that you will see on punctuation. Again, a lot of stuff with commas, semicolons, when to use each, being really familiar with being able to recognize a comma splice, and then some rules about quotation type things as well.